Startups often begin with raw energy, founder driven hustle, and scrappy problem solving. In those early days, success comes from improvisation and intensity, doing whatever it takes to close customers, build product features, or handle operations on the fly. But that same scrappiness eventually becomes a liability. As your customer base grows, as your team expands, and as complexity multiplies, ad hoc heroics stop working. This is when playbooks become essential. A scaling playbook is not about stifling creativity, it's about creating repeatable systems that allow creativity to scale without chaos. These playbooks cover the three core functions of every growing company: sales, product, and operations. Together, they transform growth from unpredictable hustle into disciplined execution. The importance of scaling playbooks rests on three core truths. First, they transform repeatable systems. In the beginning, one founder may know how to pitch perfectly, but that knowledge stays trapped in their head. Playbooks extract that knowledge, document it, and make it teachable so every new hire can perform consistently. Second, they ensure quality control. Without structure, growth breeds inconsistency. One salesperson pitches one way, another a different way, and customers receive uneven experiences. Playbooks establish shared standards that protect quality even as teams grow. Third, they create predictable outcomes. Startups thrive on speed, but investors and markets reward predictability. Playbooks replace guesswork with data driven processes. They allow you to forecast outcomes, track key metrics, and spot problems before they explode. The truth is that without playbooks, every startup eventually hits a wall. Heroics cannot scale indefinitely. Playbooks turn chaos into controlled growth, giving you the discipline needed for hypergrowth. The sales playbook is about creating a repeatable system that transforms sales from art into science. The first step is to define your ideal customer profile, ICP, and buyer journey. Who are your best fit customers? What are their pain points? How do they move from awareness to decision? Mapping this journey allows you to tailor every touchpoint. Without this clarity, sales teams chase the wrong leads and waste energy. The second step is to standardize sales materials. Create scripts, demo flows, and objection handling frameworks. The goal is not robotic repetition, but consistency. Your best salesperson's techniques should be documented so every rep can replicate them. The third is to build pipeline metrics. Track CAC, customer acquisition cost, conversion rates, sales cycle length, and average contract value. These metrics are your early warning system. When monitored closely, they reveal bottlenecks before they turn into revenue shortfalls. Salesforce is the classic success story here. They didn't just hire great salespeople, they built a disciplined enterprise sales machine with detailed playbooks that turned complex B2B selling into a repeatable science. That's what enabled them to scale predictably and dominate their category. For your startup, a sales playbook means you no longer depend on luck or heroic effort. You depend on process. If the sales playbook drives growth, the product playbook ensures that growth is sustainable. The first pillar is roadmap alignment. Product development cannot be reactive chaos. Balance customer feedback with company vision. Use systematic processes to prioritize features that drive both user delight and business outcomes. This prevents whiplash from chasing every request. The second pillar is to define the development process. Establish clear stages: discovery, design, build, test, release. Each stage must have criteria and handoff procedures. This creates accountability and ensures speed doesn't erode quality. The third pillar is to balance innovation and iteration. Iteration improves existing features and satisfies current customers. Innovation creates breakthroughs that open new markets. Both are vital, but timing and resource allocation must be managed deliberately. Amazon is the best example. Their roadmap is systematically driven by customer obsession. They prioritize features that enhance customer experience while also fueling long term strategic growth. This balance allowed them to innovate with AWS while still iterating relentlessly on e commerce. A product playbook ensures you're not just building fast, you're building right. Operations are the silent engine of scaling. Without a playbook, growth quickly breaks down into inefficiency. The first component is HR systems. Document hiring processes, onboarding workflows, and performance management. Consistent people operations ensure culture scales alongside headcount. Without this, culture fractures as teams grow. The second is financial controls. Implement budgeting, expense management, and financial reporting early. Many startups collapse not from lack of demand, but from financial mismanagement. Good financial hygiene prevents scaling disasters. The third is customer support systems. Build knowledge bases, escalation procedures, and response time standards. At scale, customer support quality often determines retention. Support isn't a cost center, it's a growth driver. The fourth is standard operating procedures, SOPs. Document everything, even if it feels obvious. SOPs allow new employees to ramp quickly and ensure consistency across teams. Cooper exemplified this approach. Their rapid global expansion was powered by comprehensive operations manuals for city launches. These playbooks allowed them to replicate success in dozens of markets without reinventing the wheel each time. Operations playbooks don't just prevent breakdowns, they enable exponential growth. Scaling playbooks are built on four key principles. First, start manual. Begin with founder-driven, hands-on processes. Only once you understand what works should you systemize. Playbooks built too early risk codifying the wrong lessons. Second, measure everything. Track metrics obsessively. Optimization requires data, not intuition. Without measurement, you're flying blind. Third, hire specialists. As complexity grows, generalists give way to specialists who can own functions deeply. A sales VP, a product lead, and an operations head bring expertise that founders alone cannot. Fourth, scale through discipline. The myth of startups is hustle and heroics. The reality of scaling is discipline and systems. Companies that endure don't just work harder, they work smarter through process. The essence of scaling is transforming founder intuition into repeatable, teachable systems. That's what playbooks achieve. Scaling is not about luck. It's not about hiring more people and hoping for the best. It's about discipline, systems, and playbooks. Sales playbooks ensure you find, close, and retain customers systematically. Product playbooks ensure you build with purpose, balancing customer needs with long-term vision. Operations playbooks ensure your company can scale without breaking under its own weight. The lessons from Salesforce, Amazon, and Uber show that playbooks are not corporate bureaucracy. They are the foundation of hypergrowth. They take scrappy startup chaos and transform it into disciplined execution without losing agility. The final takeaway is this: playbooks don't kill creativity, they enable it to scale. Without them, growth collapses under chaos. With them, growth compounds predictably. For founders, building playbooks is one of the most strategic investments you can make.